Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Where are you guys located?
I'm in Stockholm, all right, like outside of Stockholm.
Is it
Yeah.
nice and miserable over there?
What?
Is the weather miserable over there?
I mean, if you let me see, what is it? It's cold and snowy, if that's what you mean.
I guess that would be miserable to
Yeah,
me.
it's 1 - degree now, which is still it's getting warmer because it was 14 minus the other day Celsius.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So let's get right into the gems then.
Yeah.
You guys are formed from the, I'm just going to read the bio from the Ashes of Thunder Mother. How did that all come about?
Well, 2020 or beginning of 2023 was a very turbulent year. Out of the blue, I got fired from Thunder Mother,
Oh,
and that was extremely hard to, take and yeah, just to handle. And the girls decided that they didn't want to be part of Thunder Mother if I wasn't part of the band anymore. And I mean, I guess that's the short story. More, Emily, maybe you want to.
Yeah, I mean, this happened between Guernica's back, basically, but I mean, me and Guernica has always been really, really good friends, and of course, I let her know what was going on, and I mean, the big thing was basically that we were a band, like a democracy. We did everything together. We put the hard work in together, and to suddenly be kind of like run over by one person that just took her own decisions all of a sudden, that was not okay for me at all. I mean, I did not want to be in the band without Guernica, but you know, she I don't even know why she took that decision, but anyways, we're happy now. We have this
Yeah.
new band together. I mean, we immediately decided that we wanted to continue playing together, because we never planned to stop playing music, basically.
oh, that's good. So then it was just you went from right there to the gems. Is that how it all worked?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Basically.
more or less the same day that I was basically I got an email saying you're no longer in the band.
By
I talked
email.
to
That's terrible.
yeah, it is terrible. The whole thing is really terrible, but yeah. It's happened 6 times before, so I'm like I feel like an idiot thinking it wouldn't happen to me, but history just keeps repeating itself in this setting. So yeah. Um it's crazy, but I mean, I did get the email, and the same day I talked with Mona and Emily, and we just said like, we have no intentions of stopping playing. We've worked our asses off to get this band to where it was. Like even when me and Emily joined the band in 2017, we both had the idea of like we want to be as big as possible. We want to play arenas. We want to do all these things, and our, I guess then bandmate Filippa was really content. Like she was really content with the level that she was at, and there's nothing wrong with that level. But I think our ambitions kind of took her with her, and then we kind of just went for it, and we took it as far as we could, and I'm really proud of that. But yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, we are very hardworking, and we've done so much behind the scenes that now the stuff that you never get credit for
Right.
when you actually are building the brand and doing all the day-to-day stuff that you have to do.
I mean, we put so much hard
Yeah.
work into all the behind the scenes work in Thunder Mother. We were self-managed, so we did everything, all the contacts, all the emailing, and all the social medias, everything you can imagine. So when we decided to form this new band, we kind of just continued where we left, basically.
Right. And so after hearing that story, then Phoenix takes on a whole new meaning, right? It's not just the title, it's you guys actually rising back up and taking the music business again. Correct?
Exactly. Yeah, and this time actually doing it on our own terms and doing it in a way where we feel, loved and appreciated, and all these things that you wish that you would feel in a normal setting in a band or whatever that
Right.
works well. So yeah, it's the best symbol that we could find for what we went through, basically.
Nice. So Phoenix is due out on the 26th. I've listened to a single already. What's been the response to so far? I love it, but I'm just curious, what have you been getting early responses?
Thank you.
I mean, we've had some. I mean, it's overall really good, I think. I mean, obviously, everybody can't love your music. I mean, that's with all bands, but I think overall we have gotten really good like reviews and really positive reaction to it. And a lot of people says like, "You sound like Thunder Mother," and we're like, "Yes," because
You sort of are.
we were Thunder
I
Mother.
mean, we are basically Thunder Mother. We just had to change names.
Yeah,
Right.
basically.
But
And
I would like to add to that oh, fuck. Sorry, what was the question? I like kind of my brain.
how people reacted to our album.
Oh
So
yeah, it's been like mostly the magazines in Europe that have done reviews so far have been over about around 7.5 out of 10, which I think is amazing for a debut album and makes me very proud. So I think that the overall feedback has been great. Like I'm very happy about it. And
yeah.
yeah, and the
Sure.
people that think, because there's a lot of different people. I've done several interviews now, and I feel like it's half and half. Some of them are very like, "Oh my God, you guys sound like Thunder Mother," but then there's the other half that is like, "Wow, I can hear the evolution, and there's a change, and like you're much freer, and all these things." So I think that obviously we sound like Thunder Mother because we were Thunder Mother, but we
Right.
have also evolved the sound and totally gotten rid of the AC/DC influence and things like that. So I think that's important to also start like branching out clearly,
So
like the
it was
Genesis and
intentional,
entity.
right? So it
So,
was intentional to not be exact as Thunder Mother, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Emlee worked really hard to get Thunder Mother to even evolve musically a little bit. We are part of the songwriting of Heat Wave and Black and Gold, which are the two, to this date, most successful albums, but they are also more diverse. Like they have the AC/DC stuff, but it's a better mix, I think. And we wanted to keep doing that because that's what we love to do. Like it gets kind of boring when you're always like stuck in a box.
Oh, sure. And I think music has to sort of evolve. Like you don't want to. I have this conversation a lot on the podcast with people. You don't want to keep rewriting the same record, right? I know you have to keep your fans and your sort of brand, but you also don't want to write the same AC/DC sounding record. You need to vary it a little bit or change it up, right?
Yes,
Definitely.
exactly. And now we could finally like, I mean, we still want to play classic rock with that modern sound that we kind of started to develop in Thunder Mother. But now we could like, finally take in influences from the bands that we love, and that's been really, really, we had so much fun with that in the studio, creating the songs and the arrangements around them. It's been really fun.
So you
And it's
guys,
also, sorry,
go ahead. Sorry. No, please.
No, I was just gonna add that we actually, Mona, our guitar player and bassist, she is extremely good at her instrument. So it's also been so much fun for both of us to work with someone that takes their instrument so serious, that like the way that she takes it serious, and also being that she's so good, we could also take on like, oh, we could do some Van Halen influence stuff that people don't usually want to touch unless they were like really good guitar players or whatever. So I think that's something that I think it's amazing having that, like a very strong player.
Yeah.
Nice. So you mentioned the studio. So do I understand then that you guys are actually writing in the studio together, like in a room, and not sending stuff back and forth?
It differs. I mean, we did write some songs in the studio, but most of the songs were written together before. Like we did a lot of pre-productions and everything before we went into the studio. But then there's always, these kind of holes in the arrangement that we want to play around with, backing vocals, for example, and guitar solos and, stuff like that. But I guess most of the songs we've written together in a studio or sent back and forth to each other.
As a trio, do you find it difficult recreating what you do in the studio in the live setting? Because you could do a whole lot more right in the studio, and then you get out on stage and there's three of you.
I mean, we have a live bassist with us always. And I mean, for the 26th now, when we release the album, we're going to play the album from beginning to end, which is a thing that we never were able to do before. And yeah, definitely you meet sort of some obstacles, absolutely, but we try to figure it out so we can do it live, because the whole idea of creating our type of music is that it should be able to be played live. There's no like reason for us to just make music for only the radio or Spotify, whatever. Like we want to play live. We're a live band, so everything that we make is going to be able to be shaped into a live, live performance.
Yeah, and I think it's really charming to have like, this, you have the song recorded, and then when you hear it live, it is like a live version of it, because most of the songs have like, good parts where we can, get the audience to sing along or whatever, and we always like to do that live with songs. So it's a little same but different kind of thing.
TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
So with that in mind, then, are you writing songs with the way they come across on stage in mind? Like, are you writing a song saying, hey, this is going to be a good part for a sing-along or the fists in the air or whatever? Or are you writing a song for the song's sake and then going back and adapting?
It's a little bit different. I mean, I think we have both of them. Like, when we do write the songs, there's a part that come up and you're like, this is going to be perfect for that. Or you have that. I feel like we always have the live stuff in mind, to be completely honest, because we do want to make fun live music. And certain things come up afterwards, obviously, because you start, playing around with the songs and you might want to do some changes for the live version. But I think, we always kind of think about what we can do live.
Yeah, and I also like every time we work on a song, I think that all three of us has a little imagination of like, if it's a fast song, you can imagine the pyro and then we run in on stage or whatever, you always like picture how it would be to perform that song live, basically.
Okay. So you've talked a lot about live. Are you guys have any live plans in support of the record here?
It's in planning.
Yeah. It's as far as right now, we have the release party in Stockholm, which we're really excited about. And then we're doing a showcase in Sweden for a lot of booking agents. So we're hoping that we're going to get a lot of Scandinavian dates, spring, summer. And then our European booking agent is currently working on a month-long tour all throughout Europe in October. So we'll see. A lot has been depending on us releasing our album and seeing kind of how it goes, because as much as, or let's just say like this, rock is not the biggest genre. We were part of a band that were doing well in Thunder Mother, but it's still realistically, most people don't know who you are. So we still need to go out there and prove ourselves and get out there and, show the world who we are, the new band. So there's a lot of that kind of work happening right now.
That's sort of like, I understand the reasons you had to leave, but it's sort of a gut punch having to restart again, or like, I know you're mostly that band, but is it hard to reset and restart and make yourself known as the Gems now?
In a way, yes. It's been really tough for us, like emotionally, to go through like starting all over again, but in the big picture, we all feel so much better now. we are so much happier. So I think whatever we go through that is a little tough and everything, it's so worth it to be the band that we are right now instead of our previous band.
I just add that for me, it's just obviously in the beginning it was the worst. Like last year, spring was a horrible, horrible time, and I got through it because we had each other and we had a common goal of like not giving up and just keep on going and doing all these things. But it was a gut punch, 100%, and it goes. I feel like it goes in waves. You know how some days you feel amazing because I can't believe what we've accomplished in less than a year, and I could have never done it on my own. If you know what I mean, like this is a true team effort, and I'm forever grateful and happy about that. But at the same time, you have days where you're like, we were getting opportunities to open for Scorpion. We're like, our hard work is now given to people that haven't, done that
The time,
work,
right?
or you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed to. Everyone deserves opportunities, whatever, if they worked for them. But in this case, it's very plain and simple. It's like people are like piggybacking on our efforts, and I'm gonna be honest. I think it sucks some days. Some days I'm kind of like, good karma, amazing. This is just gonna mean that we're gonna get even bigger. And other days I'm just fuck this. That's kind of how I feel. So unfair.
Yeah. Were you able to channel those emotions into the songs and the lyrics on the gems though? Because that's a lot of emotional baggage, right? Were you able to put that into the songs?
All of
it. Can definitely say that we wrote songs about this. Like that was our main inspiration last year, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the whole album gets you through the grief that we felt, and then starting to feel hopeful again. And, it's been a journey, and all of it is on this record.
Did you find it cathartic?
100%. It's been really, I think it's the best way to get through things. I mean, this is a trauma because there's so much more behind the scenes that we can't really talk about, but some of the trauma we've been able to deal with by, writing about it and also being honest and for the first time actually tell our story, and people have reached out, like we mentioned, this has happened several times before in the band, or with this particular person. And people have reached out and shown so much love and appreciation for the fact that we are honest and truthful with what happened to us. So that it gives you strength, and like it really helps.
Right. No, that makes sense. So are you planning on doing like the single route every 6 weeks or something, or are you just going to do the couple and then the record comes out and that's that?
You want to answer, Emily, or?
I didn't just really get the.
I can answer. I mean, we're gonna do. Sorry, no, but we're gonna do a single that comes out the week of the album, so just a few days before the album. Then we're doing, I guess, a last single in March.
Yeah,
which I mean, really obviously the album is out, but we're doing a music video for it.
Right. And I appreciate what you guys are doing because I'm old school and I like the the physical media and that sort of thing, or even just the download, but being able to listen to it in the way you created the ebbs and flows and sequenced it and stuff. So I think that's important, and maybe an art that's sort of lost.
How you release the songs, you mean, or what?
Yeah, or how you put the record together, right? One song in front of the other, or this song goes here. That's an art form, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, especially on this album, we actually put some thought behind the actual order of the songs.
Quite a lot, actually. Like we had a lot of discussions because we had this idea of doing it. I mean, this record has taken influences from so many places that, and one thing that was brought up was how Beyonce did her, like, I think there was the Lemonade album or one of those albums, where it was like, first you get the grief, then you get the anger, then you get the we wanted to have like that kind of flow. But yeah, I think I'm happy with how it turned out because we changed it around because we wanted the beginning to be more like hopeful and, with Aurora. Have you listened to the album?
I've only heard the single.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're in for a treat. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you did put some thought into how those songs go together. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, for sure.
that's something that's missing from, people my son's age or whatever, because they just want the one single or the 30-second download, whatever. But at the end of the day, when you sit down with the product that you guys put together, you kind of get the whole vibe, right? You take us on a journey from, like you said, a little upbeat in the beginning, and then it goes wherever it goes. And I think that's missing in these days.
And we also put some interludes in the album as well, because we thought it was a cool thing to kind of bring back, because there's not that many bands today that uses that.
Right. Well, cool. That brings me to the end of what I had prepared. You guys have anything I missed that you want to cover?
I don't think so. We're just really excited for the future, basically, to finally release the album. And
be in a good place musically.
Yeah.
If fans want to find you, or if listeners want to find you, can you give us your socials?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You want me to say them or send you in text?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
if you could just just say it. That'd be great.
Oh. So on Instagram, it's thegems.music, and Facebook is the Gems Band Suite. What was it on Facebook? Sorry, the Gems is kind of a common word, so we had
let me
to
find
do
it.
this long.
We have our website. It should get you to all
Where you need
others.
to be. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Good luck with the release, and maybe we'll see
Thank
some
you.
more in the States.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Take care. Be well.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
This is Krista Makes, guitarist and vocalist for Less Than Jake, and host of Krista Makes a Podcast, a songwriting podcast where every week I'm joined by an amazing guest to break down the writing, recording, and release of one iconic song from their career. In our giant evergreen back catalog of episodes, we've had rock legends such as Dee Snider and Huey Lewis, punk rock favorites like Mark Hoppus, Fat Mike, and Brett Gurewitz, and up-and-coming artists of today such as Liz Stokes of the Beths and Genesis Owusu. We've had guests from all genres and styles of music, and I guarantee that if you peruse our back catalog, you'll see several episodes that'll make you say, man, I gotta hear that. Whether you're a fan of music or a creator of music yourself, you'll take away a whole new appreciation for the songs you know and love. Krista Makes a Podcast is available for free on all the places you could possibly listen to podcasts, and new episodes come out every Monday.